Don't settle. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we settle, but I've always had like big ideals or wanted to do, but you only can go as far as people that you're around. You know what I'm saying? And I had gotten used to you know, going against the grain, because that's the type of person I've been all my life. I started playing in church, you know, at the age of 4. I had a lot of uncles and cousins, you know, that played the drums, and when I would go to church, I would watch them. And I was like, yo, I want to do that. I was fascinated, you know, by the drums, the whole physical, and, you know, just the beats. You know, at a young age, when I was like 10, I was like, all right, I don't want to just be a church drummer. I want to be a versatile drummer that can play any style and play it. Maybe not go crazy, but just be able to play the form. What I would do, you know, if I was learning like a jazz, I wanted to know who were the top players, and I would just go and learn, get those records and share it, get that type of mentality in my mind, so you know I can try to have that background. Then if it was Caribbean music, I wanted to know who was the top, you know, who was, you know, and go get the records and learn that stuff. Singing for rock and roll. All my friends around me, they was into hip hop. I used to sneak and listen to it. I had a tape recorder at the time, and I would record everything. So when I would watch Yo MTV Raps videos, I would put my tape recorder up to the TV, because all my friends I would go to school, everybody would be talking about LL Cool J and Run DMC, and I'm like, I wanted to be down too, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, once I heard it, I was like, it was the hippest thing, so I was just like, I wanted to be a part. The way that I came up, everything outside of course, church music was secular music. But by me being influenced, still influenced by hip hop, I was like, man, I feel like hip hop was still, it was this unique thing that I feel like wasn't nothing wrong with listening to. At that time, I was like, all right, how could I still, you know, be heavy into church and still listen to hip hop? So I was like, well, what I would do, I feel like I was given this vision. I was like, well, what if I produced hip hop beats? Instead of doing rap, I would get singers. So and that's when I started fusing, you know, the singing on top of the hip hop beats. Pittsburgh, by me working with Phil Solomon, Matt, you know, he was kind of close to the Shadow Lounge scene, which was like the scene in Pittsburgh. Sooner or later, from that Shadow Lounge scene, I started meeting all of the, you know, the heavyweights or the players that were involved. Yeah, that's when the eviction notice all started. That eviction notice, that was like the real deal. Like that was literally what, you know, cats was going through, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to be a musician in Pittsburgh, you know what I'm saying? I think at that time, they were only doing music, you know what I'm saying? It's just to survive, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of times they were getting those eviction notices, you know what I'm saying? I collaborated with many really dope artists in Pittsburgh, and you know, I got love because in Pittsburgh they embrace me, you know what I'm saying? They embrace my talent. I always knew when I lived in Pittsburgh my time was going to be limited. I always knew that in the back of my mind, but you know, I feel like I had like a little mission for myself. You know, I know I can look back right now and look at the things that I've achieved and be like, dang, I'm glad I did that. You know, but just saying that I'm glad that I did it because I'll be able to, you know, tell my son, you know, I'll be able to look back and be like, I made them move and it was a good move. You know what I'm saying? I accomplished something.